Damn it. Who's calling me at this hour? I grab my phone and check the time. Are you kidding me? It's Suzume. What does she want? What the heck? Do you know what time it is?
You're such a charmer with words, you know that, Kazuki?
Whatever, I'm going back to bed.
Hey! Wait, I have something important to tell you.
Is it about the Phantom?
No, but
Then I can wait.
I'll come over and chop your balls off if you hang up on me.
Yikes. Now that is a real scary thought. Fine, what is it?
Bradley needs our help. It's an emergency.
Bradley, we just met him a couple days ago.
Yes, I know. So how soon can you get there?
Wait, what? You want me to report to work right now?
Yeah.
You're joking, right?
No. Oh, forget it. I'll just come and pick you up right now.
Oh, man.
Don't oh man me, Kazuki. Get dressed. I'll see you in a couple minutes.
This is just great. Looks like we'll have another adventurous day today. So, what's this emergency all about?
You'll find out soon. Or rather, you'll hear about it.
Huh? Just then I see someone's silhouette outside the office's door.
Hey kids, sorry for all the fuss.
Bradley, what are you... Alright. Suzume said you needed our help with something.
I sure do. I've landed myself into a real big mess.
Okay, so what's the problem?
Well, remember the day we bumped into each other?
Yeah, you said you were working on some simple case at the time.
Yeah, things got a little complicated from there.
Okay, go on.
It was a simple case. The woman was being harassed by her husband, and all I had to do was find some concrete evidence to incriminate him of his vile actions against her. That's all I had to do.
Okay, sounds simple enough.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. But then things started to get a little difficult. The guy became, really aggressive.
What do you mean?
The couple is in the middle of a divorce, so they're currently living apart from each other. Apparently, her husband's been having affairs behind her back and committing other inhumane acts against her. Anyway, he even started stalking her. Needless to say, things got really unpleasant from there.
Okay, continue.
Well, I received a call from the wife this morning, around 5 a.m. She told me that he broke into her house in a drunken state, and...
Wait, why did she call you instead of the police?
Yeah, you see, I live really close to her, so I guess that's why she called me instead of the police. Anyhow, I told her to stay calm and refrain from arguing with her husband. I told her to lock herself in a room and call the police.
Okay, and?
She hung up. Then I quickly got in my car and drove to her place.
He pauses to glance at me before continuing.
When I got there, I saw the front door was open, so I went ahead and entered the house. I expected to find her or her husband inside, but there was no one there. The house was empty.
What?
Yeah. I called her name, but no one answered. So I decided to check the rooms upstairs. I figured she would be in one of the rooms because I specifically told her to stay in the room, but she wasn't.
That's not good.
So I decided to go back downstairs and give her a call. Just as I was getting my phone out, I heard a noise in the kitchen. I knew something was not right then, so I went in to have a look, and when I flipped on the light switch, I saw blood all over the floor and on the kitchen counter. So I approached the counter and found her body on the ground, covered in her own blood.
So are you asking us to catch the culprit for you? It shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, it shouldn't. But, it's not that simple, actually. There's something else.
Huh.
Like I mentioned before, I got myself into a real big mess.
I stared at him waiting for him to explain.
I heard someone approach me from behind, and I thought it was the perpetrator trying to ambush me. So I instinctively grabbed hold of a kitchen knife from the counter.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I know. It was too late. I only realized afterwards that it wasn't the perpetrator.
It was the police, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2 police officers, to be more precise.
Oh, man. I put my hand up to my forehead.
Tell me about it, kiddo. But hey, it was 5 in the morning, and after seeing her body on the ground like that, I wasn't thinking straight. And I was scared.
Yeah, I understand. So how'd you manage to...
Get out of there?
Yeah, you're now their top suspect for the case. And they probably got loads of evidence against you right now. A murder weapon, your fingerprints, and there's even proof that she called you just before she was murdered. It's enough to incriminate you.
Yeah, I know. I'm totally screwed, okay? You don't need to remind me. The police officer told me to drop the knife and get on my knees. Did as he said, of course. I just couldn't stay there. I told the officer that I didn't do it.
There's no way they would let him go just like that.
I know what you're thinking. Anyway, the officer tried to handcuff me, but I didn't let him. I disarmed him and...
You did what?
Those guys were amateurs, kid, and I couldn't help myself. I told his partner to drop his gun and handcuff himself to the stairway. Then I handcuffed the other officer to the stairs. I just left his gun and keys on the floor.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't take his gun with you.
Yeah, I ran out of there. I didn't know what else to do, and the more I thought about it, God, how am I going to clear my name now?
He grabs onto his head in frustration. So that's why he called Suzumi and asked for her help. Alright, well, let's focus on finding the real perpetrator for now. She was stabbed to death, I presume, so we'll need to locate that knife as well. I'm sure some of the victim's blood is on the guy, too. In any case, we need to find him fast.
About that. I just spoke to Michiko.
Oh, is General Koya working on the case, too?
No. Commander Toyama is.
What? Why is Commander Toyama on the case?
Because it's not related to the Phantom. Plus, the commander wants to show that the police are really serious about this case. And they won't allow such things to happen. Besides, you know that everyone is talking about the Phantom.
Yeah, they need to show that they're still working.
Yes, exactly. That's why they need to take care of this quickly and efficiently.
Right, I get it. You just had to grab that knife. I frowned at Bradley.
I know I made some mistakes, kid. It happens.
Anyway,
Sorry, please continue.
like I said, I spoke to Michiko earlier. And needless to say, things don't look so good. Plus, another problem has arisen.
I knew it.
What's the other problem?
Joteo arrived on the scene soon after Branley ran away from it.
Wait, what? Are you saying that?
Yeah.
He crosses his arms and apologetically meets my gaze.
Ming's husband. He entered the house after I...
But how the...
All I know is that he showed up after Bradley took off. He immediately ran over to his dead wife's side and insisted to know what happened.
That is just great.
Told you, it's complicated.
Did you search the whole house?
Kind of. It's likely that he was hiding somewhere nearby. I don't know where.
Great. There's already enough evidence to indict you of the crime. And now the murderer, Joteo, has a solid alibi because he just showed up on the scene. And if you say that he went to his dead wife, that can also explain how her blood got on his shirt.
Yes, the police were surprised when he got there, but he told them that he was her husband.
Ex-husband. They were in the middle of divorce.
You're not helping, Bradley.
He said that he was having a drink with a friend nearby and wanted to come by and apologize to Ming for all the wrongs he's committed and all that nonsense. And just when he got there, he noticed that the door was unlocked and sensed something was wrong.
And so he entered the house. And just then, the police saw Joe for the first time. I looked at Bradley. He scratched his cheek.
Yep.
So to sum it up, the police currently have sufficient evidence to charge Bradley with Ming's murder, as the husband, Joteo, has a solid alibi that he just came there after Bradley and the police.
Yeah, it looked like he just came there, and we can't really prove that he was there before me.
This is bad. Really bad.
The only thing the police don't have is...
The real murder weapon, the knife.
Yeah. We need to prove that the knife I had in my hands wasn't the knife that was used to kill her. But, seeing how things have turned out so far, it'll be impossible to do that now.
Yeah, you were seen staying over her body with a knife in your hand. They probably surmised that you wiped off the blood or something before the police arrived.
Exactly. How can we prove that he didn't kill her?
There was no other knife at the scene.
I didn't see any nearby.
Perhaps the police found another knife.
No, they only found one knife, and it's the one Bradley had. It's also been secured as evidence.
Damn, Joteo probably has the knife with him or hid it somewhere.
Well, even if we find it, we wouldn't be able to explain how it got there.
That's true. Alright, let's go search Ming's house. It's possible that the police may have missed something.
Okay, let's do it.
I don't think it's a good idea for you to go there.
What? Oh, come on, kid. You gotta take me with you. I can help.
You need all the help you can get, Kazuki. Besides, I doubt the police are still there.
Fine. I grab the car keys. Let's go.
Kaoru's coming with you, by the way.
What? Why? Kairu's supposed to be looking up information on Susanoo right now and figuring how it's linked to the Phantom. She shouldn't be wasting her time with this. Bradley gives me a confused look. It's a long story.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Oh, no need to worry about that. Aki and I will deal with it. In fact, Kaoru's already sent me some information about Susanoo to me.
Really?
Really.
Man, she's like her own private information center or something.
I've already informed her that you'll be picking her up.
I see you've already got everything planned. She smiles. Okay, let's go, Bradley.
I'm right behind you.
We picked Kaoru up at her house, then we head over to Ming's residence.
Okay, I think I get the gist of it. Anyway, where is Joe Tayo now?
I don't know, to be honest. I look at Bradley.
I'm not sure. I think he's at the police station.
I wonder. We exit the car and survey the neighborhood. Good, the police are not here. Just some neighbors chatting in their fenced yard.
Hello there.
What the heck? Did he really have to go and greet them? Thankfully, they didn't look really interested in him. They only give him a set of unwelcoming glares. What a nice neighborhood this is.
Jeez, they seem nice.
You're supposed to lay low, Bradley, not draw attention to yourself.
Oh, come on. With 3 strangers breaking into someone's house right now, that's enough to call for suspicion alone, don't you think?
He said as we all went forward through the yard and under the police tape that was telling everyone to keep out. We're not breaking. I pull on the handle. Crap, it's locked. I give Bradley a look of disbelief.
Is there no other way to open it?
Doesn't seem like it. It's not a simple lock either.
Alright, so what now?
I don't know. Damn. Maybe there is some other way around.
Can I borrow your hairpin for a second, Kaoru?
Yeah, sure.
She takes off one of the pins and hands it to Bradley. I eye him suspiciously. You know how to open it?
I think so.
He takes off his belt buckle and eyes my shoes.
I need your shoelace, Kazuki.
What? My shoelace? Can't you just use your own?
Mine won't work.
Just give him your shoelace, Kazuki.
I crouch down and remove the shoelace from one of my shoes. Here. I look up at Bradley and see that he's already working on the lock. Great.
We're in.
That's great. I thought you needed my shoelace.
Oh, not really. I was just playing with you.
He smirks. Really? You can still play jokes at a time like this.
It was pretty funny.
They both grin at me. Whatever, let's get this over with. I step into the house and look around. A room is located on the left, and to the right is a corridor that leads to some other room. Whatever that may be, there's a stairway in front of us, which obviously leads to the second floor. You said the door was open back then, right?
Yep.
Did you head to the second floor straight away?
Yeah. Well, actually, I took a peek at the room on the left and didn't see anyone there, so I just went upstairs.
Alright.
And you came back downstairs to call her, right?
Yeah, that's when I heard a sound in the kitchen.
He heads into the kitchen with Kaoru while I stay in the hallway. Interesting.
I slowly walked in and heard her phone. It was ringing. I turned on the lights.
And saw her body on the ground, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I only saw her hand in blood. She was behind the kitchen counter. And you ran over to check her.
Yes.
He heads over to the spot behind the counter and halts at the pool of dried blood on the floor. So you didn't hear that the police entered the house? They must have said something.
I don't know. I was so shocked and everything happened so fast. I only heard as someone walked into the kitchen, so I immediately grabbed the knife that was placed right there on the counter.
I turned around and stared at the kitchen's entryway. So then the 2 cops showed up here.
No, just one of them. He immediately started shouting to drop the knife and get on my knees. After that, his partner came, but he stayed a little behind to cover him.
And then you dropped the knife and got on your knees. That's why he attempted to handcuff you, correct?
Yeah, so I grabbed his hand and shoulder butted him. He was so shocked that for a moment he was in a daze, and his partner was unable to shoot, so then I twisted his hand to make him drop his gun.
Right, and then he told the second cop to drop his gun to the ground and to handcuff himself to the stairs in the hallway. After that, you handcuffed the other officer to the stairs before running away.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Okay, just where the heck was Joteo at the time?
Are you sure you didn't see anyone, even as you were running out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not 100% sure if there was anyone else out there. It all happened so fast.
It was at night, right? So it's possible that Joteo was hiding behind a bush or something.
Well, he did show up at the house after Bradley left, so it's very possible.
He must have been really close.
Yeah. I cross my arms and get deep in thought.
I have a theory.
Okay, what is it?
I think Joe was in the house the whole time.
You mean he was hiding in here?
Yes, think about it. The place was empty when you came in, right? You didn't see anyone.
Which means Ming was murdered before you got here.
Yes. I'm pretty sure Joe was still in the middle of fabricating a story when you showed up. He probably had no clue what to do at first.
Well, he told the police that he was out drinking with a friend before he decided to come over and apologize to his ex-wife. However, Ming told me over the phone that he was drunk and arguing with her, so his alibi doesn't add up.
I think they got into a heated argument, and somewhere along the way, Joe lost his temper, pulled out the knife, and stabbed her in rage.
I agree. So let's put ourselves in Joe's shoes for a second here. Imagine that you're standing here in a kitchen with a knife in your hand as you just murdered your wife.
He must have been terrified.
Definitely.
Then suddenly you hear someone else enter the house.
Kaoru looks at Bradley. He hears you calling for Ming and checking into the first room on the left,
So he decided to hide here, somewhere, for a bit before heading outside.
Yes. And that's when you headed upstairs.
Okay, I guess that would make sense. What about the knife? Where do you think he would have hidden it?
What would you guys do?
Well, if I were him and I had my wife's blood on it, I definitely wouldn't leave it behind.
Kaoru smiles. I'd take it with me.
Where would you hide it?
It can't be anywhere near here. That'd be too risky.
In that case, I guess I would keep it with me.
Yeah, that seems like the only solution at this point. But what about the police? They arrived here shortly afterwards, and they didn't notice any guy with blood on his hands standing outside. How did they miss him anyway?
There's a reason for that, actually.
What kind of reason would they have for not seeing him?
Well, you came in and went directly upstairs, didn't you?
Yeah, so?
Joe probably didn't even see you. He had no idea who was in the house.
Oh, good point, Kazuki. So when he runs out and sees a police vehicle approaching the house, he panicked.
Yeah, and was too scared to go anywhere else, so...
So he just hid somewhere out there. That's the only option he could take. I mean, it would be illogical for him to run around with a bloody knife in his hands, right?
Right. And around the time that I was in the kitchen, the police just walked inside the house.
Yes. He must have been around here watching the scene. He saw the cops go in and saw you run out a few minutes later.
And then he entered the house, pretending he just got there.
Yeah, exactly. And lastly, he ran toward his dead wife's body.
So it would explain why he has her blood on his hands.
Precisely. And since he just showed up at the scene, he would appear as a suspect, and the police would feel no need to search or question him.
So it's possible that the knife is still with him.
Yes. Although he is at the police station right now, so...
Most likely, he doesn't have it with him and hid it somewhere.
Yeah. So basically, we need to find out what he did with the knife.
I wouldn't call that basically, but it would be a nice start.
Yeah, I know.
We need to find out where he was after the incident and before he visited the police station.
Yes, but there's another problem to this theory.
Huh?
I didn't want to bring this one up, but
What is it?
what if there's no knife?
What do you mean? There has to be a knife.
Kaoru's got a point.
What do you mean she's got a point? How is it possible that there's no murder weapon? It doesn't make any sense.
You said there was a knife on the counter. Maybe that's the murder weapon.
No way. The knife was clean.
Maybe he washed it? Anyway, he was her husband, right? It wouldn't be strange to find his fingerprints on the knife, or anywhere in the house for that matter.
Very true. We exchanged somber looks with each other.
So,
He collapses into a nearby chair.
you guys trying to tell me that I'm screwed?
As much as I didn't want to admit it, he's right. It's exactly what we're trying to say. Initially, we thought there would be another knife, but now we're not so sure.
It's just a speculation, Bradley. We're just...
Considering all the possibilities, yeah, I know.
He smiles weakly at us. Man, this is such a mess. Kaoru and I sit down next to Bradley, and together, we start racking our brains as hard as we could for ways to get out of this predicament. I have no idea how long we actually spent drilling our minds for an answer, but I'm glad we took the time to, for Bradley actually thought of something.
Wait a minute.
Huh?
What is it?
Bradley stands up and walks over to the kitchen counter.
There's 2 knives missing.
What are you talking about?
Look here, at the wooden knives rack.
I'm looking. What about it?
It holds up to 5 steel crisp knives.
English, please?
He's right. I have the same set at home.
I continue to stare at them in confusion.
It's a kitchen knives rack, which was made to hold 5 steel crisp knives. Steel crisp is the brand of knives.
Oh, that means?
We're still in the game, kiddo. There is still 1 knife missing, like the one which is being kept by the police as evidence.
Okay, so I guess we should start searching for that missing knife then, huh?
He might have hid it in the house somewhere.
Right. Okay then, let's start looking.
Wait, guys.
Wait for what? There's no time to waste, Kaoru. We need to hurry.
I know that. I just want to remind you guys to not leave your fingerprints behind.
Oh, right. Yeah, we'll be careful not to.
Yeah, we've got it all taken care of.
Here, use these.
Kaoru pulls out some latex gloves out of her pocket and hands each a pair.
Dang, Kaoru. You've got everything prepared, haven't you?
Whoa, I don't even want to know what else you got stored away in that tiny pocket of yours.
Ha. While you guys do that, I'll be giving Commander Toyama a call. I have some questions to ask him.
Go right ahead. And so Bradley and I begin our search for the missing knife. I hope we find it because it's the only way we can get Bradley out of this mess. I really don't see another solution to this. We don't see the knife anywhere. Looks like the knife isn't here.
You think he took it home with him?
I don't know. That seems unlikely. He was with the police the whole time. Hey, Kaoru?
Yes?
I don't think the knife is here. Any ideas as to where it might be?
He might have hidden it in his apartment.
His apartment? You mean Joe's apartment?
Yes. Speaking of which, Commander Toyama was surprised to hear that we're investigating this case. He even asked if we've seen you today, Bradley.
Huh? Why?
Why do you think you're the prime suspect right now?
Ah, dang. I don't think I'll be famous after this.
Yeah, the only question is from which side.
One way or another, right?
He scratched his head.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Joe. Commander Toyama said he's been with the police this whole time. Ever since he showed up at Ming's house.
Then does he still have the knife with him? No, I don't think he would.
But...
Hmm?
One of the police officers did take him back to his apartment for a short while.
There's no doubt about it. The knife is at his apartment. We should head over there right now.
Yeah. He requested to be brought home so that he could change his clothes. He probably used that chance to hide the knife.
Well, what are we waiting for then? Let's go.
But
I wait for her to continue. What's the problem now?
even if we head over there right now, there's no way they'll let us in.
Why not?
We don't have a search warrant, so we don't have the authority to enter and search his place. Plus, Commander Toyama requested that we report our findings to him.
We can't report anything to Commander Toyama, at least not right now. We have no choice but to go to Joe's apartment. We have to clear Bradley's name first, Kaoru. Else Bradley will be charged with murder.
I'm well aware of that, Kazuki. We don't have the authority to do that.
Even if we succeed in finding the knife and clearing Bradley out of the murder charges, we can still face some serious consequences for our actions. She stares at us solemnly.
Imagine if we don't find anything.
Yeah, we'll be in hella trouble for sure.
Exactly.
Well, we'll just leave it to Suzumi to deal with the aftermath. I grin at Kaoru. Let's go.
I knew you were going to say that.
What if we find the knife?
Well, we want to find the knife. That's why we're going there.
Let me rephrase it. Suppose we do find the knife. What happens then?
I don't know. We'll figure something out.
Oh, improvisation. I like that.
Jeez. Does anyone know where Joe Tayo lives?
I know.
Then we're all set. Off to Joe's apartment.
All right. I'll need...
If you ask for my shoelace again, I'll kick your butt.
Jeez. You have so much hate, Kazuki. You really need to channel that out.
Just focus on what you're doing. We get into Joe's apartment a couple minutes later. Alright, let's get this over with.
Right.
We slip on some latex gloves and get on with the search. After nearly an hour has passed, we come to resize the grim reality of our situation. Luck is definitely not on our side today. There's nothing in his room.
It's clean here, too.
Same here.
What about the bathroom?
Only his bloody clothes are in. Nothing else.
I cross my arms. Okay, any suggestions? I stare at them.
I think Bradley will need a really good lawyer.
Hey, that ain't funny.
I wasn't joking.
I put my hand on his shoulder. I'm sorry, buddy. We tried. Kaoru and I start heading for the door at a glacial pace.
Hey, guys! Don't just leave me here like this.
Three of us head back to the car to think on our next move. Where is the damn knife? Don't tell me they just threw it away somewhere. But that's not possible. He was with the police for the whole time. So it'd be impossible to do anything with the knife during that time. And the only place he's been so far is Ming's house and his apartment, so it has to be here.
Maybe we missed something.
She looks at me as if she knew I could read her thoughts. Yeah, but what?
Oh my god. The trash!
I already checked it.
No, I mean the dumpster.
You mean the dumpster outside?
Yes, it has to be there. Think about it. Some random guy is inside the house, and you were standing in the front of it with a knife and blood on your hands. And then you see an approaching police vehicle. The last thing you want is for them to see you with a knife, so the first thing that comes to your mind is...
Get rid of the murder weapon. Jeez, why didn't we think of that earlier? I start the car and head straight for Ming's house. We scramble out of the car in a frenzy and run to the dumpster.
Don't touch it! You might erase the evidence!
Oh, right.
Bradley quickly retracts his hand. I study the lid cover closely. Look here.
What is it?
Bingo!
Oh, a bloody fingerprint.
Yeah, I'm positive it belongs to Joteo. Kaoru puts on some gloves and opens the lid.
This is not good.
What's wrong?
It's empty.
You're kidding me. I take a look inside. She's right, it is empty. Don't tell me they've already collected the trash.
Looks that way.
Damn it.
Well, at least we have his bloody fingerprint.
And we know what he tried to do afterwards.
True, so let's see. He runs out with a knife, frightened over the fact that someone else is in the house and will probably discover Ming's body. He looks around and realizes that the police are coming.
But he can't just run away.
Yeah, so his only option would be to hide. And judging from the surroundings here, he'd have three options. Hide behind the tree, the fence, or this dumpster.
So he decided to hide behind it, waiting to see how the scenario played out before planning his next move.
Yes, and that's when he saw you run out of the house.
Exactly. That gave him the perfect opportunity to pretend that he just showed up there to give himself a solid alibi.
Yeah, but of course he couldn't go in there with a knife.
And that's when he decided to throw the knife into the dumpster before heading inside.
Yes. And I'm sure the police officers didn't see the bloodstains on his shirt because he was standing in the dark hallway at first.
Yeah, and we all know what happened next. He ran over to his wife's body, blah blah blah. Well, ex-wife anyway.
Dead ex-wife to be more precise.
Yes. The main problem now is that we're lacking the murder weapon. Without it, we won't be able to prove anything.
Yeah, and the police is not gonna believe us on empty words alone. We need evidence.
Obviously, but what if? Maybe not. We might not need evidence.
Huh? What do you mean, kiddo?
You're not going to like this, but...
Yikes, I'm getting a bad feeling about it already.
I smiled. Just trust me on this one.
Okay. Not that I have much of a choice here.
I knew you would. I give him a devilish grin.
Yeah, I have a really bad feeling about this.
Alright, just wait for my call. Got it?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
I hope this works. I exit the car and head to the police station. Hey Jasper, do you know where Commander Toyama is right now? I think he's in the interrogation room. Okay, thanks. But I think he's busy right now, so you might want to wait. I ignore Jasper and head for the interrogation room. Is Jasper always on duty, or is it just my luck that he's on duty whenever I come here? As I get closer to the interrogation room, I see Commander Toyama talking to another officer. Commander.
Oh, Kazuki. Do you need something? If you're looking for General Koya, he...
No, I wish to speak to you.
Oh, but I'm busy with...
This will only take a minute.
Okay then, I'm listening.
Did you speak to the two officers who arrived first at Ming's murder scene?
Yes, of course I did.
Perfect, because there are a few things I would like to confirm with you if you don't mind.
All right.
One of the police officers saw Bradley stand over Ming's body with a knife in his hand, correct?
Yes.
And the other officer, did he see anything?
I don't think he did. He didn't enter the kitchen until he heard that his partner was in trouble.
He didn't notice the blood or body then.
He couldn't have seen it from where he was standing. Otherwise, he would have reacted to the situation quicker than he did.
Was Joe Teo with the police the whole time?
Yes, they requested that he stayed with them.
But he was allowed to visit his apartment sometime later.
Yes, he asked one of the officers if he could stop by his apartment for a bit.
Perfect. This is all I need to know.
Is there any reason why you're asking about this?
I just wanted to make sure that Joe Teo was kept under surveillance the whole time he was in police custody.
Of course.
I take it that Joe Teo knows nothing about how the investigation is going.
We can't share such information with him. You know that, Kazuki.
That's great. We might be able to fix this problem after all. I see. Well, thank you for your help, Commander Toyama.
I don't understand what's going on here, but you're welcome, lad.
Do you mind if I ask Joe Teo some questions?
Well,
It's just a couple simple questions, nothing more.
all right, but I'll go with you.
Certainly. I expected you would. Hello, Mr. Teo. I'm Kazuki Koyama, and I'm a detective from Yggdrasil. I'm helping the police find the man responsible for killing your wife.
Oh, I see. Hello, Mr. Koyama.
I know that you've already spoken to the police, but I would just like to take a few minutes to ask you some quick questions. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure. If this will catch the perpetrator, I'll answer any questions you have.
I'm sure it will. Now let's start with your wife, Ming. I started asking him the basics, why they don't live together, what he was doing there so late, etc. He remained calm throughout the questioning, pausing every now and then to really deliberate on the questions before answering them.
We all make stupid mistakes every now and then.
Yeah, that's true. Though obviously I can't say I understand your situation completely. I'm not married, you know. I let out a fake laugh. But yes, everyone knows marriages can be tough sometimes.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Oh, by the way, the police checked out your alibi. Your friend confirmed that you two were together that evening, so you're clear.
Yeah, of course. I arrived at the scene later that night, just as the records show you.
Okay, time to ask him the big question. Alright, I think that's all. Oh, wait, one more thing. Did you touch the dumpster outside of the house?
What?
His eyes widened in shock. The dumpster, did you touch it or not?
Of course I touched it. I used to live there. What kind of question is that?
Sorry, let me rephrase that. Did you touch your wife's dumpster that night?
I don't know. I don't remember. What does this have to do with anything anyway?
His voice suddenly rises. Yes, I know.
Yes, I would also like to know how this is related to the case, Kazuki.
Yes, well. I rise from my chair and head over to Commander Toyama. I lower my head and whisper my next words to him. I'm sorry, Commander, but I can't tell you the full details right now. Just trust me here.
All right.
I take out my phone and dial Kaoru's number. Okay, Kaoru, bring him in. Joe stares at me in puzzlement. The door opens a couple minutes later and Bradley enters into the room.
You...
What the?
Trust me, Commander. I stare sternly back at Commander Toyama as I wait his approval. He gives me a nod in return. Bradley plants himself in the seat across from Joe.
Hey,
He stares at Joe directly in the eyes. Joe doesn't utter a response.
you know who I am, don't you, buddy?
So far, so good. Mr. Teo, this is the man responsible, or should I say, suspected of murdering your wife. Joe stares at Bradley then. It's clear that he's befuddled by the current situation.
I told you I didn't do it, Detective.
Bradley turns to look at me all the while feigning that he doesn't know me.
You know what I think? I think that this guy here, yeah, he murdered his wife. He's trying to put the blame on me.
What? You liar! Shut up, you murderer!
Huh?
I remember you. I saw you that night.
So the game starts. I smile to myself.
When I arrived at Ming's house that night, I heard some voices in the house. The door was left open, and you ran out of the place moments later.
What? What are you talking about, man? You weren't even there. I would have saw you.
I was hiding behind the dumpster. Yes, that's right. Yes, I remember now.
He looks at me. That was easy.
Don't believe him, Detective. He's spewing lies again. How do you know that he's telling the truth?
Bradley turns to look at us with the best incredulous look he can muster. I'm not sure what to believe, to be honest. I mean, even the police aren't certain of the full details. Only one thing is certain for now. Joe Teo indeed did enter that house later that night.
Yes, I did.
I give Kaoru another call. Bring it in, please.
I guess that means it's going well, huh? I'll be there in a few minutes.
Alright. Tell me, Mr. Teo, do you know how your wife was murdered? She was stabbed to death. Joe couldn't utter a reply. He just stares at me in bewilderment. A couple minutes later, Kaoru enters the room with a bag in her hand. Now, Mr. Teo. I take the bag from Kaoru. I want you to be honest with us. Do you know what this is? I show him the bag.
I told you that it's my knife, man!
What is with his eyes there? Shut up!
Ah.
Joe looks at me hard, trying his best to figure out what is going on. Mr. Teo, this knife was found with the suspect. We don't know where it came from, though. As you can see, there are no bloodstains on it. The police believe the suspect may have washed it after stabbing your wife, and that he ran away with it. I paused to let him dwell on the thought for a bit.
That knife belongs to my wife.
He mumbled. What?
I think that's one of my wife's knives.
You think? This guy doesn't even know what he's talking about.
I told you to be quiet. Are you sure this knife belongs to your wife, Mr. Teo?
Do you think that he used it to kill her?
I'm going to ask you one last time. Does this knife belong to your wife? Yes.
Bullshit! How are you sure that the knife belongs to your wife, buddy?
In my wife's kitchen, there's a knives rack made specifically to hold Steel Chris knives. Steel Chris is the brand of the knives. You can find the brand name at its handle.
I pretend to verify this. Joe's right. It is a Steel Chris knife.
I told you.
Just one more question, Mr. Teo. He focuses on me. I point directly at Bradley. Was he holding the knife that night when he came out of the house? He looked at me shocked for a brief second.
Yes, he was. That's when I figured something was really wrong and decided to enter straight away.
Gotcha.
What? I didn't have a knife. What are you babbling about, man?
Shut up, you murderer! I saw you! I saw everything!
You are sure about this?
Yes! I'm 100% sure!
Then there's no doubt about it. He's our perpetrator, all right. We got him.
Yes. Thank you so much for capturing him, Detective.
Oh, rats. I'm a goner.
Seriously. I give Bradley a wry look.
That's right, you bastard!
Oh, I almost forgot, Mr. Teo.
Yes?
I heard that you stayed there with the police the whole time. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And you went back home to change sometime in between.
Yes.
Why did you need to change your clothes?
Well, it's like I told the police. After I went inside, I saw that the police officers were cuffed to the stairway. And then I noticed that there was blood on the kitchen floor, so I went over to have a look. And there she was, lying on the ground.
He looks like he's going to cry any minute. Is it just an act, or is he genuinely heartbroken about her death? Yes, I'm really sorry for your loss. Well, this is all I need, Commander. I bow to thank Commander Toyama.
I see. Well done, guys.
He calls for backup via his walkie-talkie.
Well, the credit goes to this kiddo here. He's the one who came up with the idea.
Huh?
Joe stares at Bradley and me in confusion. A second later, two police officers enter the room.
Please, place Mr. Teo under arrest for the murder of his wife.
What? But I didn't do it! He's the murderer, not me! Arrest him!
Joe continues to point at Bradley in frustration, as if by doing so his point would finally get through to us. Yeah, you said that many times already, pal. Joe glares at Bradley as the two police officers escort him out of the room.
Well now, where's the other knife?
He threw it into the dumpster. His bloody fingerprint is on the dumpster's lid.
I see. Why didn't you guys just bring the knife back? It would make the process much easier.
Yeah, we would if we could.
What do you mean?
The garbage truck already took the day's trash. We didn't discover it in time.
Oh. I must say, that question regarding the dumpster sure was a tricky one.
Yeah, good thing Joteo took the bait.
Ha, yes, I'm really impressed, boys. You put up quite an act there, making Bradley appear as if he's the murder suspect, and letting Joe admit to everything himself. He took himself down.
He sure did. It was the only shot we had, and thankfully it worked.
I hated doing it, though.
He throws a furtive glance at me. Still, you played your role really well.
Just how the hell did you get yourself into this huge mess anyway, Bradley?
Well, if you must know.
We left the interrogation room and met with Kaoru as Bradley gives Commander Toyama the full details.
You really made a big mess of things, Bradley.
Yeah, I know. I don't even want to think about it anymore.
The next time you're thinking of doing something idiotic, just remind yourself of this incident. Maybe that'll prevent you from messing up in the future.
Hey, that's harsh, Kaoru.
We all burst into laughter.
So, what happens now?
We'll need to secure the bloody fingerprint on the dumpster and see if it matches Joe's and his wife's blood. We can look for the knife after that's done, I guess. But it'll take us a while to find it.
Yeah, I guess it will.
What about Bradley?
What about me?
He looks at her slightly confused. Well, you did hit a police officer on duty.
Oh, come on. You know that's not how it happened.
Kaoru crossed her arms and gives Bradley a wry look.
Ms. Moriyama is right. Even in dire circumstances such as this, there is no excuse for your behavior. And there is a limit to what we find acceptable or can tolerate.
Book 'em, boys.
Ah!
He grabs his head in frustration.
Anyway, I'm grateful for your help in clearing up this mess, you two. If it wasn't for you guys, we'd have put the wrong guy in jail.
In all honesty, sir, Bradley was a great help in this case as well.
Finally, someone acknowledged my contribution.
But that doesn't excuse the fact that this whole charade started because of you.
Yes, sure, kiddo. You did a great job, too. Just kidding. But seriously, thank you for helping me, guys.
Bradley grins happily at us.
No need to thank us, Bradley. We're your friends. Besides, it's our job.
Yeah. I let out a yawn. This has been a long day.
It's not over yet. We still need to report back to HQ.
Do we have to? I'm in dire need of sleep right now.
You guys are truly exceptional detectives. You two have a bright future ahead of you. I wish you the best in all your future endeavors.
Dumbstruck, Kaoru and I can only exchange looks with each other. No one has ever said that about us before.
Anyhow, I should get going. I have a press conference to attend to. There are a bunch of reporters out there ready to lynch us for not capturing the Phantom and stopping his heinous crimes. If only they understood that serial killers like the Phantom are on a whole different level. Catching them takes a lot more work than the usual suspects.
That's so true. We understand, Commander. Good luck on the conference.
Well, they will always complain. They'd rather focus on the negative stuff than the good. That's how people are.
Yeah. Well, Kaoru and I should probably get going too.
You guys are truly exceptional detectives. You two have a bright future ahead of you. I wish you the best in all your future endeavors.
Now what he actually said is, see you around. Once again, thank you for your help. The commander bows and left, and shortly after we also left the police station.
What a crazy day.
Thankfully, everything's back to normal again.
I really don't know how to thank you guys.
Just stay out of trouble. I smirk and shake hands with him.
Will do, kiddo. If you ever need my help.
The last time you said that you ended up in this mess, so maybe you shouldn't even say the words, ever. We both chuckle at that.
Well, thanks again, you guys. I won't ever forget what you two did for me.
Take care, Bradley.
You too, Kaoru. I still need to thank Suzumi for offering to help me with this. I owe her. Big time.
Take care.
See ya, kiddo.
Bradley turns and leaves. I'm so tired and hungry.
Should we grab a bite to eat?
Yeah, great idea. Let's do that.
Okay. Should we go to the Red Dragon?
Since we're near Una Mall, maybe we should just pick some restaurant around there instead.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we should go for some Chinese cuisine. I've been craving for some.
Sounds good. I know the perfect place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. This is the place?
Sure is. Mr. Chow's.
Walk this way?
She gives me a wry look. Come on, give it a try. The food's really good. We settle in at a table. A short moment later, a waitress comes up to take our order. Hello, what can I get for you today? I'll have the gongbao chicken and...
Chow mein for me, please.
Okay, anything to drink? Just water.
Same here.
Okay, your food will be ready in a few minutes. Thanks. The waitress smiles and leaves.
By the way, you did a really good job back there.
Nah, we were just lucky. We all did a good job, to be honest.
Still, you did a really good job.
She grins at me, which I reciprocate. We could use some of that luck on the Phantom case.
Definitely. It could happen, but we mustn't lose hope.
True. That came out sounding as doubtful as I felt.
Maybe the others found out a new lead or something. You never know, right?
I didn't say anything to that. I seriously doubt that would happen. Just then I see the waitress come up to our table with their food set on a tray.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, let's eat.
That was really good. So nice to eat something different for a change.
I agree. So, should we get going?
Oh, yeah. Just let me visit the ladies' room for a bit.
Okay. Kaoru heads towards the restroom. Oh no! Huh? I turn around and see a flustered waitress standing nearby. She seems to have spilled some water on the floor. Hope I didn't get any water on you, sir. Oh no, I'm fine. Thank goodness, I need to hurry up and clean up this mess. She runs off to get some more wipes. I guess even professionals make mistakes sometimes.
Okay, I'm back. Ready to go?
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Yeah, let me just visit the restroom first. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. I'll wait here for you.
She heads back to the table and ends up slipping on something. Oh crap, I forgot about the water on the floor. I quickly reach out to grab Kaoru. Luckily I made it just in time. I was able to get hold of her hand. I wrap my hand around her waist to stabilize her balance a bit. Are you okay?
Yes, thank you. I don't know what happened. I just...
Yeah, there was some water spilled on the ground. I saw it earlier.
Oh. Thought it was just my clumsiness slipping in again.
I grinned at her. We remained rooted in spot. My hands are still wrapped around her. And for a couple minutes, the two of us just continued to gaze into each other's eyes. If people didn't know better, it would appear as if we're a couple ready to break into a romantic dance or something.
Kazuki,
Yeah?
you can let go of me now.
Right. Sorry.
No, thank you for saving me. You have excellent reflexes.
I guess I do. I just reacted on instinct. Oh my gosh, are you alright, miss? I'm terribly sorry. The waitress has returned to the scene. She's terrified that Kaoru almost got hurt.
No, I mean, yes, I'm alright. I just, well, nothing bad happened in the end, so, good.
I'm really sorry, I was just about to clean that up.
It's okay, really. Don't worry about it.
Kaoru looks at me and smiles. I feel really bad about this. I completely forgot to warn her about the puddle. Oh well, at least nothing bad happened, right? It's a good thing your boyfriend was here to help you.
What?
No, we're not. Kaoru and I quickly exchange looks with each other, and then it hits us that I'm still holding her in a slight embrace.
Oh.
She blushes again. Sorry. I let her go. Oh really? You two look so cute together, though. No, we're just...
Friends. We just work together, that's all.
Her face turns beet red as she says that. Yeah, I'm a little at a loss for words myself.
Anyway, we should get going, Kazuki.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, I pretty much lost the desire to go to the restroom anyway. We exit the restaurant and take the elevator. Kaoru decides to stand in the corner. I stand in front of her old sign while trying to decide how to clear up my little mistake earlier. That was a bit embarrassing. Still, I should say something at least, right? Anyway. I hope you did like the food.
I sure did. It was really good.
She gives me a soft smile. Good. That should do. Suddenly, two large guys carrying several boxes enter the elevator just as the doors are about to close. Just great. The elevator space is already pretty tight. Now it's even more so. Jeez. The guys continue to squeeze in, attempting to make room for themselves. Of course, this means I was getting pushed towards Kaoru. The elevator is already cramped with enough people. This is great. Oh crap, stop pushing me! I bump into Kaoru, and her lips stop just inches away from each other. She looks at me, startled by the close proximity. Yeah, this is really uncomfortable. Hi. What the hell am I saying? Did I just say hi to her?
Hi.
She gives me an awkward, uncomfortable smile. I give her an awkward smile in return. I'm sure she is as uncomfortable about this awkward situation as I am. I'm so close to her lips. I can smell the scent of both her lipstick and perfume. I meet her gaze and instantly blush. It's hard not to with her lips so close to mine.
They're unbelievable, aren't they?
Yeah, totally. I didn't hear what she said at all, but I feel I should just go along and agree with her. She's usually right anyway. The elevator comes to a halt just then. I get completely cut off as people hurry to get off. Suddenly I get pushed by someone and we get closer to each other even more. I can feel that something soft pressing my chest. We stare at each other in shock. It was completely unexpected. I'm so sorry. I didn't do it on purpose. Our faces are red as a tomato right now.
I know. It's okay.
She lowers her head to hide her embarrassment. Kaoru?
Yes?
She looks up at me. We should go.
Oh, right.
She runs out of the elevator without waiting for me. Jeez, I guess I should follow her. Kaoru, I'm really sorry about that. I know it was awkward and...
It's okay. You don't have to apologize.
She smiles at me. Okay. So, it's all good then. Alright then, let's head back to HQ.
Right. Hey everyone, we're back.
Hi guys.
Oh, welcome back, Kaoru and Kazuki.
Yeah, hi. How did it go? Tell us everything.
Yes, please do. We've just received word that Bradley's been cleared of all charges.
Yeah, thankfully. He sure is a human magnet for bad luck. Seriously.
Hey, don't say that.
What? It's true. Well, he still is going to have some community work from what I did here. For real. Yep, after all, he did hit a cop, so community service is what they're talking about. Oh, right. So, it was that bad, huh? Worse. And so, Kaoru and I disclosed to them what really occurred.
Oh my god, I can't believe it. You guys were able to do that without any evidence.
Well, they had the bloody fingerprints. Although it was really Joe Teo's own big lies that led him to his own demise.
There's something I don't get.
And what's that?
Commander Toyama didn't know about the knife with a bloody fingerprint on the dumpster before you told him the whole story. So how did he know that Joe was lying?
It's simple. The two officers that arrived on the scene didn't see his wife in the kitchen from the hallway.
Yeah, just one of the police officers that entered the kitchen noticed the blood and Bradley there.
Oh, I get it now. So that's how you guys knew Joe was lying. No one could have seen the blood from the hallway.
Yeah, he was making things up on the fly.
And if he was with the police officers the whole time...
He couldn't have touched the dumpster after all. So he had to be earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah, I totally get what you mean now. He tried to pin it on Bradley. Made it seem like he ran out of the scene with the knife.
Yeah, we didn't tell him that the police already had the knife in their custody. I lied and made it look like Bradley had the murder weapon all along. You totally fooled him there. He took the bait and even told you guys about the knife brand. Correct. We knew for sure then that one knife was indeed missing from the stack.
Nice! Great catch, guys!
Yeah, well, that is the story. Anyway, what about you guys? Got any news?
Michiko visited us earlier.
Really? Does that mean the police found something?
She was only here for a bit. She told us that the police are planning to take care of the matter regarding Uzair today.
Okay, and?
She left us all the files they have regarding the Phantom. We should cross-examine them with our information and see what we're missing.
Yeah. However, I think we were pretty up to par with their data if Michiko didn't mention any breaking news.
True, but we still need to check it. What about our god theory? Did you guys look into that?
About that. We checked out the information you sent us. Additionally, Aki managed to find out some myths on evil spirit reincarnation as well.
Even Big Bro found some weird mumbo-jumbo stuff about that too.
I'm sure he did.
Well, you know him.
We all turned to look at Akido.
Hey, I can see that!
Anyway, we still didn't find any clues about what the Phantom might be actually trying to accomplish, or what his purpose for all this might be.
Unfortunately. Plus, there doesn't seem to be any ritual that can help one gain back their grace, per se.
I think the Phantom is just making all this up as he goes.
You guys really think he's just making it all up?
There's no other way to explain it. It's just like those pills. You don't know if they'll really help you, but you take it anyway, right?
We all give him a what the heck are you talking about look. What?
What are you talking about?
What kind of pills are you talking about?
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, Big Bro.
Hey, it's not like that, okay? I'm not taking any weird pills.
The girls burst into laughter as Akido tries to explain things. They do have a point. We have no idea what the Phantom's true goal is. Everything is just a theory. Speculations, really. Judging from the clues, we surmise that he is trying to become a god in his own strange way. But that may be far from the truth. Maybe the Phantom is really just delusional, making stuff up as he goes. Since they didn't talk about it, I believe Akido is referring to the placebo effect, just in case you're wondering. I could be mistaken, but that's kind of what it sounds like. There's a couple things about the game that are kind of vague. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out. I smile at them.
Yeah, let's catch this scum.
Yay! Let's do it!
I'm glad you're all so determined to catch this guy. Okay, let's plan our next move after our firearms practice tomorrow.
Oh, the practice is tomorrow?
Yes, we'll worry about the Phantom after that.
Okay. I don't really like putting it off, but oh well.
So are we done for today?
Yeah, you're all free to go. Go home and get a good night's rest.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright.
I wonder how the practice will be like tomorrow. So real quick, I'm going to chime in here. Normally, I don't really care for these tangents, but I'm trying to find out who all the Kickstarter cameos are. I think Rui was 1. Bradley's going to be number 2. I don't know if it's, I can't remember the nurse's name. If her father would be 1, or if maybe the driving instructor would be 1. There's at least 4, I believe. So the good news is we've seen at least half of them, if not possibly all of them.